She might be behind a hatch and wearing an apron, but don't be fooled into thinking that Pat Kendall is just a school cook. She has a much more important role at this special school at Thornbury in Gloucestershire.
I don't see myself as school cook at all. I see myself as a nanny to them all. I've got grandchildren and this is my extended family.
Pat's job description doesn't actually state school granny. Officially, she is a unit manager employed by the Traded and Support Services Department of South Gloucestershire Council. But when she started work here in 2003, she was delighted to learn that both school and department preferred her to serve the sort of food traditionally associated with country kitchens and homely grandmothers. Fresh and wholesome, or as it's called in policy documents, organic.
So what I'd like to do, and what I'm trying to do here, is go back to not the old school meals, but sort of the old traditional school meals when they have a good cooked, well-balanced meal a day with as many fresh vegetables, fruit as we can. So although we've done a pudding today, a hot pudding, also on the menu yoghurt, fresh fruit, so some of the students will take that.
Best grannies cook with homegrown produce, and so will Pat once she gets her hands and a rotavator on the caretaker's former flower garden. She's got big plans to turn it into a market garden with help from Thornbury Horticultural Society.
So it's not just the school, it's going to be the catering service, the school and the community all working together. We're going to rotivate all this, it's all going to be rotivated. If we get the community involved, like, you know, the Horticultural Society, they said they would tend it during the holidays, which would be nice for us, so we don't have to worry everything dying. So what should we put in here? Onions, cabbage?
Yeah.
And what else can you think of? Onions and cabbage.
Cucumber.
Cucumbers, they can go in the greenhouse, can't they?
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to get it all done first, all tidied up first. And then they can pick it and cook it, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be quite nice.
So it'll be food from the garden to the table?
Yeah, yeah. Food from the seed, growing, watering, weeding, and then we will eat it, won't we?
Mm.
So what else can we put in? Some carrots
Onions.
and onions. And maybe some lettuces for the spring.
Strawberries.
Strawberries, we could put strawberries in some pots and have strawberries and cream for lunch then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
She took it upon herself to approach us and ask if we would like her to be more involved in food production from the beginning to the final meal. And we thought that that was an excellent way of teaching our children. It's the way that we operate all of the time, but the initiative came from her.
The garden won't only help feed the pupils. A small vegetable patch during the previous season proved how much pupils can learn from growing produce.
We started last year with a small garden with Foundation 1 and 2. That's the smallest group of children in the school, but we only had a very small plot. Heather is one of the carers who works in Foundation 1 and Foundation 2, and she was one of them who helped the children nurture the plot and helped sort of weed it, water it, and showed them how everything grew. Well, they get fun, but I think they see the growing process, don't they? That things aren't just in supermarkets. I mean, everybody can go to a supermarket with mum and pick up a cauliflower or a cabbage, can't they? But if they actually see them grow, it's...
Yes, they watch the whole process.
Yeah, they watch them, they come and tell me they're little, then they're big, then they're nearly ready to eat, then they're ready to eat, aren't they?
Yes. Yes, and I mean there's the getting dirty bit, which
they love that.
Definitely like that. But I think the process and the amazement of the peas coming out of the pod.
That's it.
They loved that.
I never got any of those. They ate them.
Oh no, the peas didn't get anywhere near the kitchen. They
ate them
while we were. Yeah. And the herbs as well. They were the parsley made
that
a
was
big
beautiful.
impact.
Yeah. It's just the smells of it. I mean, the children come and touch and smell, don't they?
Yes, they do. Because every Friday there's some sort of fish with a parsley sauce. So one Friday it was all our parsley. There was a huge amount of it, and they were very impressed with that.
Yeah.
That was really direct, I think. They could really see that.
Many years ago, lots of schools used to have herb gardens, specifically for things like parsley and mint, that come into the schools as garnishes. That's disappeared over many years. So Pat is putting back that kind of input. There are some other schools which are growing produce, not with the hands-on aspect that Pat puts into it, that she gets involved with it all.
South Gloucestershire Council wants all school cooks to use much more organic food and much less junk food. The policy doesn't have to be prohibitively expensive.
A lot of schools now, they'll just, when they go in, they don't have a healthy choice. But here, they don't have all they have is a healthy choice. They don't have anything else. Wouldn't even dream of doing it to them. Too many additives and too many E's in a lot of food now. And if you can treat people with special needs on proper, good cooked food with all the vitamins that they need, it's better than them popping pills, and that's the way I feel. If we don't get organic, we get all fresh. I don't like using frozen food. I mean, obviously sometimes you've got to. Our organic potatoes.
How do you afford to have so much organic food?
We have got a budget to keep to, but we go to sort of, our sort of suppliers, and they're pretty generous. So as long as you sort of keep within your budget, we do like to use as much organic vegetables, fruit as we can. And a lot of it comes from the duchy as well.
You're saying you get a discount because you're a special school?
No, we don't get a discount. We've got to keep the same as everybody else, but it can be a bit hard, especially when you've got special diets. But I haven't had my fingers wrapped yet, but one day I might.
The organic produce is not the first class produce. It is not grade 1. It is the second pick, the things that cannot be sold as first class organic. But to us, misshapen carrots and odd potato shapes are not a problem. We've worked with local suppliers on a brokerage, saying these are the things we are looking to purchase locally, and worked with them to say we will take your goods, but we negotiate prices. We've got 115 locations to which deliver. So our market player, our purchasing power is fairly large. And we've also seen that as one of our targets, that we must actually say we are a rural authority, relatively rural. There are growers on our doorsteps. We should be looking to support them.
Pat knows through previous experience introducing changes to the menu isn't always easy. She's worked in mainstream schools and for the Meals on Wheels service. But there are no complaints at the new Sibylline school.
I've had no problems at all introducing healthy eating in the school because the children really love their food. They're very grateful for what they've got. They're very well-mannered children and they just love food. They love eating. I mean, they don't moan that they don't get chips and burgers because we don't have chips and burgers. We don't do jelly anymore because the E's in the jelly. They'd rather have, instead of having jelly, they'd rather have a sort of a proper cooked sponge and custard or pie and custard. They just rather have wholesome food than junk food.
Pat's menus are healthy even when she's preparing gruel. She often adapts what she's cooking to reflect and reinforce what's being taught in the classroom. For this class, today is Victorian Day.
Good morning. Count to 20 with me.
Count to 20.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Primary 1 have got Victorian week this week. It's an old-fashioned day today, so they would have the gruel, they would have the bread, which the boys are going to make. So what is it really? Savoury.
Not gruel.
Not gruel, it's savoury mince, isn't it? With all fresh vegetables in it, all organic vegetables. Because they would only have organic, wouldn't they, in the Victorian days? They wouldn't have anything else.
Jordan.
7, Mum.
Paige.
We had Australian Day. We've had American Day. Australian, we did I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out Here, didn't we? And you all ate worms, didn't you? They were made out of spaghetti.
Members of staff don't have to eat gruel if they don't want to.
For the teachers and the staff, they're quite healthy eating as well. We do a nice salad bar for them in the staff room so that they can have a break from the children. They don't come up to the hatch. We're all happy bunnies, really.
Ironically, on the day that pupils are served workhouse fare, there's a complaint in the school council that some of them can't have any more.
Olivia, what do you think about your choices at dinner time now?
Did you have a choice?
I think they're a bit sad, actually, the older ones, because they can't have seconds now because they're in first.
Oh.
That's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, suggest maybe we do it the other way round, the smaller ones in first and the bigger ones in last, so they can have their seconds again.
Can we have it at the same time?
Well, we could. I could manage to fit you all in at the same time if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a better idea, because at least the younger children see these more. You're all interlinked then.
Pat's been on the school council since she arrived. It keeps her up to date with what's happening in the classroom and the tastes of pupils.
And what do you think about using the dried apricots and the dried fruit like sultanas and raisins? Do you like that? Did you enjoy that?
Oh, yeah, those you have it.
You like those, so I can keep doing that, can I?
Yeah, keep doing
That's fine
it.
then.
That's raisins.
I love
Yeah, we're going to do raisins,
Get
sultanas.
chocolate raisins.
No, that's not healthy if it's got chocolate on it. How's that?
The apricots and raisins are part of another authority initiative to promote healthy eating by serving what's called fruit tuck.
The county decided to do fruit tuck. The parents pay 15p a day for a piece of fruit. The boys have decided to do the bananas and grapes, but tomorrow we'll have something else like melons and apples. So they help me, then they take it round and give it to the students. Now, who's that one for?
Barbara.
Yes, it is Barbara. So do you want to take that to Barbara's? Are you all right on your own? Secondary 2?
Yeah.
That is... No, that's not Barbara's, Ian. That's Mary's. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Pat.
I brought your fruit.
Pat's taken a very wide role. She's done that by incorporating what she needs to do in terms of the way that she needs to produce food and good meals for the children, but she's incorporated that with an understanding of how we operate as a special school and how the curriculum operates.
Like all grannies, Pat wants the children to have the best start in life. That's why she's keen to provide as many pupils as possible with work experience, which they'd struggle to find outside school.
Now what you've got to do, over and over, knead it all together in a big ball. Right, shall I cut it for you? We'll all have a piece each. Yeah? Knead it into a nice smooth bit like that.
I did it.
You've done it, well done. You can't get dirty when you're a chef. These two are my main 2 students. I've got another 2. Emma comes in on a Wednesday and does the salads. I think it would be difficult for them to go in a mainstream, maybe factory or anything, or bakers. So they come in and generally help me to get them out of the classroom situation, more into more working, well, doing things, different to what they're normally doing. So they come in with me, and as you've most probably seen today, they do a variety of jobs. I've got Ian, who's a little star. He helps me with everything.
The work-related learning that she assists us with is very important for our children, for all children. There will be in a mainstream school some children with special educational needs who perhaps aren't ready to undertake the normal and traditional work-related learning week block. And they may benefit greatly from having a more supportive structure, work-related activities still within the school, but bring them into direct contact with what the world of work is actually all about.
My greatest achievement would be to see somebody like Ian go on and get himself a place in catering, and then I can think to myself, yes, I had something to do with that.
Whatever her achievements, Pat's legacy will be all the pupils who'll never forget their school granny. Perhaps it should become an official post.